All right, what's up YouTube? In this video, we're gonna talk about how to get business leads on Facebook. And when I say business leads, I mean consulting, agencies, authors, etc. So stick around and we're gonna dive right into exactly how to do this. All right, what's up guys? Tanner Chittister teaching you how to build online profitable businesses and what not to wear in your YouTube videos. So in this video, what I wanna talk about is how to get business leads. So when I was starting my business, one of the best things you could possibly do is, when you're on a limited budget, there's a very specific way to do it and there's a very specific way not to do it. So there's a lot of advice out there on how to run ads, but a lot of the advice that's out there is for people who already have a lot of money to spend. So this is gonna be a video for you if you're brand new, you have maybe $1,000, $2,000 to spend on ads and you can't mess up. This is gonna be a great video for you because this is how you get from poor to become wealthy. Okay, so here's the first thing. Always figure out what your budget is, period. So let's just do an example, and I did this in my fitness ads video, so we're gonna use the same number. If you're gonna spend $2,000 for the month on ads, you need to divide that by 30. If you divide that by 30, you're gonna get 66.67 repeating. Okay, which means that you're gonna spend on average about 60 bucks a day to hit this goal of 2,000 bucks. Now, granted, if you can't spend 2,000 to 3,000 bucks a month on Facebook ads, you probably shouldn't be spending any because it's gonna be a big waste of your time. But if you can at least do about 2 grand, you should be fine. So now that we know we're gonna spend about 60 bucks a day, you have to start breaking down how you're gonna run your ad sets. So here's what I would do. First thing is do 10 bucks. Okay, for 6 ad sets. Why do I say that? Well, the reason I would do $10 ad sets is because there's 2 ways to run ads. You can either do a large volume, so you can do 1 ad set of 60 bucks, or you can do 6 ad sets of 10 bucks. I always prefer for more ad sets because it makes it more likely I'll be successful, right? So if your life was on the line and you were throwing darts at a board, would you rather get 1 chance or would you rather get 6 chances and have a cumulative score? Me personally, I would rather do 6 and hope that the average is big enough so I don't get killed, yeah? So once you have that set up, you have to start setting rules, okay? So I'm gonna switch sides of the board. Okay guys, so I'm not left-handed, but I wanted you to see this. So what I'm gonna do if I'm doing business leads is on average, this will depend, but you're usually gonna spend anywhere between 50 and 20 bucks per lead. Now, if you see my fitness ad video, the one thing I did forget to mention that I wish I had is this will double if you go through ManyChat, okay? So anytime you add in another step, it's gonna double lead cost. So if you're running straight to a landing page, this will be your average business lead. If you're running to ManyChat, this stuff can double, okay? And you have to understand that. Now, I'll have a separate video where I go more into this, but a lot of people know that I'm very heavy on Messenger, and there's a very specific reason why, but I wanna just focus on KPIs in this video, okay? So switching back to the other side of the board, what I would suggest is you do your homework off 15% lead cost. So here's what I would say. If you get $15, if you spend $15, you need at least 1 lead, okay? And I'll have Isaiah blow this up if you can't see it. So $15, you should have at least 1 lead. If you spend $20, or 25, excuse me, you should have 2 leads. Now, why is this important? Because guys, you're not spending a lot of damn money, so you have to be careful. You don't have a massive budget to make risky decisions. At the end of the day, the smaller you can keep the budget, the higher chance you'll have of mitigating mistakes. That's why I do this method, because it's very simple, it's effective, anyone can do it, and it mitigates mistakes. So here's what I would do. Day 1, and again, I'll try to make sure Isaiah puts this up there for you guys. I would let it all spend, so do nothing. So, because remember, if we have that $15 lead cost for 1 lead, and then we have 25, then if you're only spending 10 bucks in the first day, it doesn't make a damn difference, right? Or you could do 4 ad sets of 15 bucks, okay? So let's even do that. Let's make this even simpler for you guys, okay? So instead of 6 ad sets at 10 bucks, let's just do 15. Okay? So you let it run for 1 day. If it doesn't get 1 lead, you shut off. Okay, so to give you an example, and again, Isaiah, if you can just make this look good, but if this doesn't get 1 lead, let's say this gets 1, you'll leave it on. This one gets 0, shut off. This one gets 2, leave on. This one gets 0, shut off. What you will then do is allow these to continue to run, okay? If by the second day, this does not have another lead by $25 spent, you'll shut that off. If this does not stay under $15 lead cost, you shut off. So here's the deal, guys. When you first run ad sets, they're not gonna always get a bunch of leads right off the bat. So you don't wanna run them if they're getting you higher than $15 leads, but you have to give it a chance. So what I say is at least 1 lead for 15 bucks. If it hits that, let it run, and then 2 leads for 25, okay? If you stay in those KPIs after the $25, then you're looking for a $15 overall lead cost. The second it goes over that, you shut the whole thing down, okay? So just to recap, I'm gonna walk through it again. If you're spending $2,000 in a month, divide by 30 to know how much you're gonna spend in a day. 60 bucks. The average lead cost we want is 15, so I would run 4 ad sets at 15 bucks each. If they stay within the $15 1 lead rule, okay, or the $25 2 leads rule, leave them on. If they do not, shut it off. After $25, you're looking for an overall $15 lead cost, okay? Now, again, going back to the data, if you want to know what's right or what's wrong in your funnel, you need at least a 1% average CTR, okay? Now, this is an average. It could be higher, it could be lower, but typically in business, if you're not getting for business type, for Facebook ads for business owners or consultants, if you're not getting at least a 1% CTR, you're not gonna do well. If it's over that, probably means your ad's working well. If it's under that, you need a different ad, okay? Now, after that, if your lead cost is significantly higher than 15, it means your system or funnel needs work. If it's under 15, you're good to go. So once your CTR is over 1% and your average lead cost is over 15, now it goes all down to your systems, your funnel, and your sales ability, right? But all you're supposed to do on ads is make sure you have over this, you have under that, and if you do that, you will be successful. And this is how I've literally gone 0 to 8 figures, guys. But I was spending $20,000 a month just like this before I started doing ads a little bit differently and leveling up and getting a media buyer. So that's all I have in this video. I hope it's helpful. If you're running Facebook ads for business owners, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.